Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, this game of spent back again with another Trove grind. Yeah. Basically, what I'm going to be doing today is explaining how the enchantment system works. Before I had an older video that's back in 2017. I was trying to make it refresh before then. But, of course, it's been a while since I actually did this type of video, because it is very extensive and it does work. If you are interested in playing Trove or interested in actually joining the community of Trove, because it's still pretty big out there. The thing is, what you want to do is look, basically looking into the game itself. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of grind. It's a lot of everything all combined. Hey, no, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, I'm basically just doing a quick tutorial here on the enchantment system and how it works. Basically, the enchantment system, since I've got all the tables, so I can be able to go straight through and make it a lot easier. Now, if you got the Adventures Crafting table, you got gems. I can... For augmentations, you get augmentation table here, and each augmentation will actually cost you X number amount of materials. I always go for the gem dust and stuff like that because I don't need it, because I'm such high PR and stuff like that. But if you are actually doing like the augmentations, this is the best way of doing it. See, basically there's three levels of augmentation. There is like the kind of the bronze, the silver, and the gold. The gold will actually cost you more. And I wouldn't recommend doing the gold because it does cost that much more. It's not worth it to that point. Basically, the silvers are actually worth it because you can constantly get the gem dust and stuff like that. You could get, if you get the tomes and stuff like that, you can get about 5,000 for every single week and so on and so forth. So you can save up your gem dust pretty easily and do it that way. We've got the Chaos Spark and the Chaos Flyer. Chaos Flyers, of course, are meant for basically moving like the blue stars. The blue stars, I'll explain what those are in very deep detail shortly. The blue stars will basically allow you to customize your character and how much damage you get or how much HP you get and so on and so forth. Then the Chaos Sparks are just there for re-rolling stats and whatnot. So basically they're the lesser to a point, but there's two different systems, but it equals to be the same when it comes to static and stuff like that. Now, when you actually do it this way, you want to come over to the Gem Forest over here, and you want to look at, see, I've got blue stars on here, on my first one for physical, and like I said, sometimes you get like, I've got this one on physical, I've also got this one on physical, but you'll see what I'm talking about. This one's critical damage. Basically, what I did is customize it to where I can actually do max amount of damage or whatever the case may be. You can actually do that with this game, which is really nice. Basically, when it comes to augmentations and at the very end, you see I've got the emblem here, or the icon for the Chaos Spark. If I didn't have these at 100%, I can go along and make them 100% and basically work on that and make that work right. So there's exactly what you do with the chaos stuff, whatever the case may be. So when you combine the two of it together, you can actually make a real strong character. Now, if you want to make stuff for full HP and stuff like that, you can actually do that. You make your stuff fully critical, you can actually do that, or critical damage. Basically, it's recommended into stat-wise, not to go over 100% critical percent, because you'll basically just be wasting stats. Basically, some of the club stats that you would get will give you just a little over 100%. So you can actually customize it to where you'll be able to do it that way. Now, when it comes to the forge, as I said before, with the other pieces of the enchantment system, which basically I'll show you exactly what they are right now currently. Let me go down to the bottom here. Basically, what it is, you get from doing like 5 stars in U8 to U10, which is the crystalline cores. Once you get crystalline gear, you can go to the forge and actually add stats. You see, I got 5 stars here on this piece of gear. And of course, this character is maxed out, but I've got characters here that doesn't have fully maxed out. Like this character here, like the weapon, it's got 3 stars left to get. I need a lot more nitroglycerin and stuff like that. So I can actually max them out and get myself more PR for this character and more stats. So I can actually keep on doing that. So yeah, that's exactly how to do the enchantment system. So between this table here, which is the Gem Forge, and you've also got the Forge, you can actually make a really good, strong character. It depends on your play style, too. You can actually have it fully tagged, or you can actually separate it just a little bit, so you can actually make it a happy medium. And like I said, everybody plays a little differently. That's what's so good about Trove, because everybody does their own thing. Like, I mean, everybody does their own builds and stuff like that. Like I said, certain characters is made just for physical. Some of them are made for magical, and so on and so forth. So what you want to do is look at exactly what it is that you want to look for. Like, I mean, this one is actually physical, of course. We've got Gunslinger, which is basically magical. We've got Ice Age, is also magical. And, of course, there's a big difference between the magical and physical characters. Basically, if you put the characteristics wrong to the character, it will not suit the skills, and it will not do damage as what it's supposed to. So that's something to look into itself when you're actually playing this game. So you want to be able to look into that itself and look at exactly the enchantments, stuff like that, of what you want to do and how you want to play. So it's not just one right or wrong way to playing it. So, say, to a point. Like, I mean, if you're basically doing what you need to do itself, you want to be able to do it that way. So you'll be able to say, okay, I want to have more HP. I want to be able to be more tanky. And so you'll be able to actually use the HP stats. There's 2 different ones. There's kind of like a HP plus that will give you an overstat, and there's another one that will give you, like I said, you can stack your stats, is what it is. So it's like critical and critical percentage is made for damage and so on and so forth. So, like, I mean, it depends on how you want to stack and make stuff work. You can actually be able to do it that way. Like, I mean, it's been a while, like I said, since I've done the enchantment tables and stuff like that. The last time I did it was in 2017. Things have never changed. As I said, Trove don't change much. And that is a big thing. Like, I mean, if Trove was changing a lot and whatnot, I would literally be able to make more videos. I'd be able to just keep going with it. But there is so little to Trove. Like, I mean, it's so much repeat. Because, in fact, I mean, if you played, like, other games like Diablo and stuff like that, you'll understand what a repeat is. And when it comes to that, it's the same thing over and over and over. And that's pretty much what a grinder is itself. It's a lot of repeat of the same process and whatnot. The events do change a little bit over time, but they don't change enough to go along and say, hey, I'm going to do a video on this, and it'll be done. Because Trove doesn't work that way. Like, I mean, and repeating the same content over and over, it gets kind of redundant for me anyways. So that's why I basically try to do multiple different games and stuff like that. So, like I said, I can try to do all genres of every single game if I can actually do it at all. I look for the latest version of that piece of software, as I was mentioned before in one of my other videos. So everybody is basically up to par and whatnot. See, games doesn't change very much. Like, I mean, if you're playing Assassin's Creed, you're playing all those other types of games too, you notice the gameplay is pretty much the same. You go in and get your armor, you get this and that. And it's still pretty much a grind to a point, but it's a little bit about history and whatnot, and or the buildings from history. And it'll give you a little bit of information that way. But the thing is, all the game is pretty much the same. The playthrough is pretty much the same, and everything else. And that's exactly what I look at. Like, I mean, if I'm, like, right now, I'm doing Need for Speed Heat, which is basically the latest of the Need for Speed games. Now, I don't know if there's another Need for Speed update yet. It might be another one for PC or something like that. I know the Heat only came out in 2019. I know they don't mass produce those games, but they do try to make something out of them. So, yeah. Like I said, every couple of years they come up with a new Need for Speed or something like that. So, yeah. Like, I mean, this is why I don't have a bunch of the same content over and over. Like, I mean, in that direction. I don't mind doing a refresher on my channel, so people are actually informed of what's going on or whatever the case may be. And I know some of the older videos, like I said, you can always go back and watch those and stuff like that too. It saves me time, especially when I don't have the time enough to stream like constantly. Like, I mean, I'm lucky to actually be able to stream right now because I'm not at work. But normally I'm actually at work or doing something else. So, yeah, it's just one of those things that kind of like takes me away from that streaming community and stuff like that. So, yeah. I got to make money, like I said, YouTube and stuff like that is not paying me enough to basically to keep streaming forever. And I don't have, like I said, the follower base to actually keep going. And like I said, it's just what it is, you know. I'm not complaining about it. It's just how it works out at the end of the day. And then, like I said, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Like, I mean, I enjoy both working, and I enjoy actually coming on here, doing a stream, and basically sharing some good information, good tips, and stuff like that, and basically be able to help other people game a little bit better and get themselves back up to where they once was, or even teach new gamers that this comes in and be able to get the information that they do need to start playing the games, because some of these grinders and stuff, it's a lot of information, but if you break it down a little bit and make it a little bit easier to follow, like, I mean, I hate going on and watching other YouTubers to a point, and they got everything all jumbled together. And then you got to try to figure out and to pick the bones out of it. They're trying to find out exactly what they are trying to say. And that's something I hate doing because I've done that for years as well. Like, I mean, to that point, I followed some of the top YouTubers back when they first started. And yeah, it's just... and the way I was doing things, I don't know if it was better or worse or whatever the case may be. But it was still fun, regardless of that. So yeah, I've been around for a while. Like I said, I love doing this stuff. Like, I mean, I love be able to help people and teach people how the new games work to a point. Yes, Trove is a little bit older. Trove is almost close to 11 years now. It is a bit of older software. But, of course, with all the updates and stuff like that, they do tweaks and changes and stuff like that, but not a lot of them. Like, I mean, that's why I said it's not enough to basically mass-produce content. It just doesn't work that way with Trove. Like, I mean, yes, I can make a video every day and say, hey, man, I keep my Trove, people. And it's like, okay. And it's what it is, you know. But the information out there, I don't mind, like I said, revamping or refreshing, so people actually be able to get the information and the updated information, even current events, or event to be exact. Like I said, my last video was about this event that I'm doing right now. I finally got my basically memento. It cost me 150 basically event bucks. Yeah, so I'm going to say event bucks because it looks like money. Like I said, you spend money to make money, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, regardless of that, well, you're spending more time than money, but you get the point if you're actually doing this event. But you get extra amount of stuff that you can actually work on and stuff like that and be able to get that ball rolling pretty decently. Now, the thing is, a lot of people just don't cover these type of games because of the lack of content there is. Now, like me, Minecraft is covered like crazy. There's a lot of other games that's covered like crazy because they do change their content every 2 or 3 months. And or they come up with something new, or a new mechanic is added, or something like that. Trove is just, how can I say it? It's a bit slower. And that's exactly the way I look at it. You know, it's slow coming. Like I said, sometimes it takes 2 years for them to come out with an update and be like, oh, we still got waiting now 3.5 months for it to come off the PC line. Oh, the PC already got it. Oh, let me hop on my PC. And it's like, okay, this update is already done. People already got it all. And it's like, okay, let me wait for the console. And it's like, oh my God. So it's a back and forth kind of like struggle to that point, yeah. But I played on console. I played on PS4, PS5. Like I said, I don't mind helping people also to grind and stuff like that, or basically teach them how to play this game, because this game is a heck of a lot of fun. And I mean, it's just what it is, you know. And like I said, if you ever decide to pick it up, it is free on the PlayStation Network, which is great. And you'll be able to actually see what the game is like. And if you like basically the content and stuff like that right now currently, and like to see the gameplay, what I'm doing, right now I'm doing between dungeons and trying to get more bucks. Yes, like I mean, it takes 50 material to get 1 buck in the game itself, and basically I can buy like portals and stuff like that with those from the event. Now, once the event is over, the bucks are removed, and so is the rest of the materials, so you can't get it after the event is over. So you got to wait for another year for it to be popped back up again. I'm not saying it's going to be the same material again. This could be a different mount, or it could be a different way of doing the event. Sometimes you do have a repeat on the same material and the same kind of aspect. Usually that sometimes lasts for 2 or 3 years, as I said. As I said, content don't change much in Trove. Like, I mean, it's what it is. But I still like playing it. I've been playing this game for 10 years myself. I played Minecraft roughly about the same amount of time. It's just that different hours of doing different things. And like I said, I love doing these type of games because they're more relaxing and they're not like Call of Duty and stuff like that. I don't mind Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong. It's just that, you know, it's just a different feel. Like, I mean, I can sit back, do some grinding, and it's not pointless grinding. It's not like you're grinding for something and you get nothing from it. Like, I mean, every time you grind for Nitro, like I said, you can use it for the enchantments. You can do a lot of other stuff with different things, too. You can sell it to people to make extra flux and whatnot. So this game is pretty much a living game. It's a 24-hour non-stop grind. If you really wanted to stay up that long and do that, not recommended to do that, but the thing is, there is so much to this game, and people be like, oh man, it looks bit cartoonish. Well, it's done that way because if it was done, think of it this way, it's like Minecraft. It was actually done in more of a modern style graphics. Like, I mean, literally, think about how big the game would be. Think about how much of an update it would be. This game is just a little over a gig to download. It takes very little space, but the game is actually massive. Like, I mean, what you can do with it. So, like I said, you can run around, like I said, with your mounts. There's dragons you can collect. That'll help you with money and stuff like that. Well, basically flux. And you basically can utilize everything in the game. So it's not, one thing is not wasted to that point. There's some things better than others in the game. Like I said, once you get up to where I'm to, you'll find that your PR and stuff like that, your speed, will actually outrank most mounts. So then mounts just becomes like trophies to that point. So if you're just basically collecting trophies and collecting costumes, collecting everything, you're only collecting mastery at that point. So that's exactly how that works. So basically what you want to do is just basically, if you want an extra something, after 500 mastery, there is no other stats to get. Now, 530 will give you your last home. If you want to go higher with the mastery and try to compete against some of the top players, you can actually do that. Like I said, when it comes to that, that's up to you. Like, I mean, you could spend real money, or you could spend more time grinding and get the flux and buy, like I said, the credits and stuff like that off other people. So there's different ways of playing it, and there's a lot of options of the way of playing it. So it's not just one way of playing it that you're stuck by just doing that. Like, I mean, it is a rinse and repeat game. but it's the rinse and repeat that actually has meaning to it. Like, I mean, I'm basically grinding right now for the event. I'm also grinding for my next set of gear to upgrade that, and so on and so forth. This is why I'm actually into a cave right now. I'm actually getting this purple stuff over here, which is called nitroglycerin. And basically what it will do for me is allow me to upgrade my gear and upgrade my stars up to my 4-star gear, and so on and so forth. Now, 4-star gear is a bit rare in the game, but it's not super rare. I mean, if you grind enough, you can actually set every character, but it's not recommended to set every character to maximum level. Reason being is, just in case you do have a game change or something, or you come up with Crystalline 5, which is only Crystalline 4 out there right now, but if 5 comes out, then you don't have to go back and do double the grind. That's the thing. So you never know what's going to come out in this game. Some people care about having the maximum PR on every character, just to basically to show off each character. I only do characters that only matter of what job I want to do or what I'm going to be doing for grinding. And that's all that matters to me in that direction. So what you want to do is, when you play this game, depends on how you want to play it itself. Like I said, there's not one right or wrong way to playing it. It's just basically, if you want to do damage, you want to go with damage stats. If you want to go do it, like I said, if you want to go with tank stats, you can go with tank. Like, I mean, there's two different ways of playing it, but there's several different characters and stuff like that. There's ones that's made for pure speed. There's ones that are made for pure damage. There's ones that's kind of happy medium between the two. Like, I mean, it's so much. Like, I mean, you've got 18 characters to choose from currently. By the next update, they're supposed to come out with another character that's supposed to be like the Shadowhunter here. And when he comes in with that update itself, they're supposed to be buffing the Shadowhunter and stuff too, along with this character. Because this brand new character is supposed to have the same characteristics as the Shadowhunter. And I don't know what they're doing with the new character. Now, the new character is already on PC, but it's not here on console yet. So, like, I mean, I just can't wait to use it, or basically start building that. I want to see if it's better than the Shadowhunter, because I've been using the Shadowhunter for many years, or since I started playing it, because I always like hunter classes, because distance versus damage versus speed. And that's exactly what it is. Like, I mean, it's a good, happy, medium character. It's not the best character for speed, but it's not the best character for damage, but it's an all-around character. That's the difference between. And plus, if you do change the game and stuff like that, in some cases it gets a buff or debuff. Like, I mean, it's an online game. They do online games that way, so they give the gamer a little bit more of a challenge. And if you do have every single character maxed out, well, certain characters will shine better than others, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, with the game always constantly changing, you don't know what is going to be. So you work with what's available, and then you work with what's next to it, and that's it. And then once you get the information, like I said, and for it to work right, and for you to play in the next update, like this game is all to do with update versus update. It's not versus player. Like, I mean, if you're not ready for the next update, you're going to be that far behind, and that's the thing. But the game is still fun, however. Like, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff you can do here into the game itself, and basically be able to do the grind and be able to get the resources and stuff like that for the next update. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get some nitro and try to get my Neo Ninja up to the next level, so I'd be able to get a little bit more stuff done. But now I'm not going to be doing like all the nitro on here, because it's going to take me about a day or two to get all the nitro. But right now I'm just doing the event so I can get some more materials and stuff like that, so I can actually get more monies. So I've got to get some portals and try to get them out before the next 6 days. But now I'm not going to get a chance to do the next 6 days, because I'm going to be working for those for 3 of those, and I'll be able to go along from there. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So basically, real life is one of those things, you know. So, like I said, real life will actually go beyond my gaming, because I've got to make money somehow. Like I said, with YouTube and Twitch, they're not paying me nothing. So, like I told you before, like I tell people, like I said, with followers and stuff like that, it takes a while to get there. But once you get there, you're not even guaranteed much. You're guaranteed to whatever, and that's exactly what it is. And that's not a disappointment. It's just the way the business world works, of course. But yeah, like I said, I do more than just gamings at times. I do real life things at times too. So I'm actually doing a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to go along and get more gaming time because I'm trying to make up for the time I lost, for the years I've lost on here, not just because of work and stuff like that. So I'm trying to basically make up the difference now currently and try to make something out of it if I can, you know. And it's like, I mean, it's not a disappointment for me that I know where I'm to and how long I'll be doing this for, and that's just it. But anyway, regardless of that, how's everybody doing tonight? Like, I mean, seriously. Like, I mean, I get different audiences. Like, I mean, it's nice to be able to see how everybody is else still alive out there or doing something, you know. Like I said, enjoying the weather and doing whatever they're doing. So, yeah. And right now, like I said, I'll be going and do my normal daily run of just doing these 5 stars. Get my more cores. I don't know. I know I don't need no more cores, but I always do them because I get my karma bar up, which is the kind of the you see the bar above my tome, which is like 50 cores right now. And once that tome is filled up, I get 50 cores plus what this dungeon gives me. Now, it might take me like another 1 or 2 5-star dungeons to get those cores, but it's a nice bonus. And of course, you don't get that right off the hop. You basically grind for that and you work for that as you go. There is some tomes that you got to spend basically credits for. There's tomes out there that you can actually get basically. You just basically build up your mastery and stuff like that. And you'll get used to the game, and that's exactly the way that works. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, it's just a grinder. But like I said, it's a lot of replay value, though, even though it takes so long for them to come out with updates and so on and so forth. But so, yeah, it's just one of those things. I can't wait to get to Mastery 900 because I heard that the sigil is actually different again. Right now, I'm basically almost max mastery. I'm missing a couple of things that I don't have the RNG for the like of me. And certain things I'm not actually striving for because of the fact that I know those items are absolutely useless now in the game to a point only for mastery wise. But there's a lot of other stuff you can get mastery from. So that's pretty much the way I look at it. Now I've got to find the last minion so I can actually kill that and move on to the next dungeon. Ooh, there it is. Cursed Skulls, nice. But yeah, like I said, Trove is definitely one of those different games. Definitely. Like, I mean, it's like playing Diablo mixed with Minecraft. Like, I mean, you got like the blocks you can mine and stuff like that, and you'll be able to keep going with that, and be able to, say, build stuff in here. Like, I mean, you got club worlds and stuff like that. You can actually build your own club, invite all your friends and stuff like that. It's just like a mass party type of game as well. Like, I mean, you can go along and make a club, have all your friends grow grinding with you, so the dungeons can be faster be completed, and so on and so forth. But now, sometimes people like myself, I'm pretty much a rogue player. I'm actually a solo player. But I don't mind playing and helping other people out in the game itself. So if they're stuck at a certain point, I'll go along and help them out as much as I can so they're not stuck there anymore. Because it takes a long time for them to go along and, say, make something with it. Like, I mean, it takes about a year So you basically just to build one character, 6 months to a year. Now, even with the best players out there, like in the meantime, you get like your bigger gems and stuff like that, like power gems. That's what takes the most time. And people be like, "Oh man, I could build a character really quick." I'm sorry, this is not Minecraft. You just take your time with it. And once you actually get up there, it gets pretty nice. That's exactly the way I look at it, and that's exactly the way it works. So yeah, it's just one of those things that you can actually look into, and actually, if you're interested in this type of game, you can actually look into it and see exactly if you like it or not. Not just watch me play it, but try it yourself and see exactly if you like it. Because watching people playing it and actually playing it this game is just that way. Like, I mean, I've heard people coming in here, start playing it, and be like, "Oh, this is a lot of fun," and then you look at the video, and it's like, "You sure? Isn't the game is why?" No, it's a different thing altogether. So it's a desired thing to a point, and it's basically you got to be able to just go do mass grinding. Yeah, but yeah, it's what it is, you know. And that's what I like about this game because it's not really a competition game to a point. It is and it isn't. Like I mean, if you really wanted to go into competition, you can go along and spend X number of dollars, thousands and thousands of dollars into the game, and try to become number one. Or you could just say be a casual player and just stay behind, but still have fun with the game. So there's no end to the fun. It depends on what fun you want to do. So, like I said, you do have microtransactions in here, and they can be a bit expensive, but they can actually be whatever, and that's exactly how that works. So, that's pretty much all I can explain about the enchantment system and the way this game actually operates. Because Trove, like I said, it's one of those repeat games that it'll keep on repeating itself over and over and over and over. And same thing with, like I said, with the videos, it'll just keep on repeating itself over and over because it's no new content as of such. And the content doesn't change that much. Like, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I mean, once you get to the basis of this game, you'll find exactly and be like, oh, okay, that's exactly how to do it. And then you come back the next day and do the same thing over again. And just rinse and repeat. That's exactly how to play it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end my stream here. Hopefully I had all a good view, and hopefully all enjoyed the video. And hopefully be able to catch you up the next one. Peace out for now, guys, and have fun.